Hi guys, I wanted to do a quick little video about body image, and I know you guys are probably sick of hearing about this topic, and I am too, to be honest. I think that we're beyond this, and we shouldn't really have to talk about it anymore, and it's kind of sad that we do. But I don't know if it's the movies or ads or magazines or what, but for something that is so, I don't want to say ignored, but I think for so long I don't want to say I ignored it, but I just didn't realize, I guess. I wasn't aware or awake to the idea of body image so much. I saw my own version of what I thought of myself, and that was kind of it. But now that I'm an adult and I read articles and educate myself, body image is a really important topic, and I think that it's really sad that even now there's people commenting on Instagram saying you're disgusting, or gain some weight, or lose some weight, or you need to work out, or stop eating. Like, it's sickening, and it's so sad to me also when I hear people say things like, you have the perfect body. Because everyone has an issue, and it's another thing when people look at someone else that's maybe not like them and think, how could you possibly have anything to worry about? Like, your feelings aren't valid because I want to look like you. But that's not right, and that's something I wanted to kind of talk about today, because I could look at, say, Tanya Burr and think her body is amazing. If I look like that, I would be so happy. But maybe she would look at someone else and think that same thing. And you never know what's going on in someone's head. Everyone has issues, no matter how perfect you think someone looks on Instagram or whatever, even in person. Everyone has their own issues. And whether it's their weight or their skin or whatever, everyone has something that they're upset with or wish they could change. And not letting someone express their feelings is just not right. Everyone's feelings are valid, and everyone has a right to their own body image issues. And I think that's something so many women in America, like, if you're considering yourself a feminist and you're telling someone to eat more or to eat less or you're disgusting, you're not a feminist. Because you have no right to comment on someone else's body. And the first thing is, there is no such thing as the perfect body. No matter how much a doctor could even say, like, oh, this person has the perfect amount of fat versus muscle or whatever, there's no such thing as the perfect body. There is something, you know, there's preference. You know, maybe I prefer curves and I wish I had more curves, and maybe someone who has more curves wishes they didn't. Like, it's the way it works. The grass is always greener. There's a difference between confidence and self-image and actually changing your body. Like, it's one thing to lose weight or get healthy or gain weight or gain muscle or tone and like feel more confident in your body, but anyone who is really suffering that much with their self-image, no matter what you change, until you change your thought process, you're not going to feel that much better. And I think there's definitely trends in body image, and, you know, there's trends in the fact that, you know, at one point, women who were more curvy were seen as more attractive because they had money. And like, then in the 90s and early 2000s, like, thin women were seen as like the ideal. And like, there's gonna be different levels of ideal constantly throughout history, throughout the rest of time. But just because that's the trend or that's what's in doesn't mean it's perfect, doesn't mean it's what you should want, you know? Just because maybe full brows are what's in at the moment doesn't mean that's what you need to have or you need to want. And I know that media makes it really difficult, and Instagram, and, you know, editing your own photos, and it's frustrating, it is. But when we look at those things, just remember that they're not always real, and that no matter how fake or real like a picture is, there's a real person behind it who's probably reading those comments. And like, why would you do that? Why would anyone sit behind a phone or a computer and think, I'm gonna write a mean comment to this person? And almost what's worse than the mean comments are the people who think they're helping, the people who try to say, I don't know, like people who come up to me and go, oh my god, you're so skinny. That was unnecessary. Because you think I've never looked in a mirror? Do you think I don't have a mirror in my house? I don't know what I look like. And that's not a compliment either. That's not saying, you know, when I say you can't comment on other people's bodies, I don't mean you can't say, wow, you look amazing, or oh my gosh, your figure is gorgeous. Like, those are compliments. But when you say, oh my god, you're so skinny, that's not a compliment. Even when people come up to me and say, oh my god, I wish I was as skinny as you, like, you don't, because I have my own insecurities and things about my body. So what makes you think that if you had mine you wouldn't have those same ones? Like, it's very I don't even know, not unfair, it just doesn't really make sense to me. Your body and anyone else's body, the only person who has any business talking about it is yourself. Like, the only person who my figure's business is me. And sometimes I would say maybe your doctor, but even doctors follow archaic ideas of fitness. And you know, if your BMI is a little high or a little low, a doctor is going to tell you, you fix this, you know what I mean? Like, even my doctors tell me, gain weight, you have to gain weight, like, I want you to gain 10 pounds by next time you're in here. Like, I've been this weight my whole life. I've been under a low BMI my entire life. I was born small, like, it's just me. And you know, it's one thing if you actually have like a health problem that's making you gain weight or lose weight, but when you know there's actually not anything wrong with you and you're comfortable, doctors don't always know what they're talking about. And just because you're like 1 or 2 points over on the BMI scale, which is archaic and just like old and not even right, it doesn't matter unless your weight is actually affecting your health. It's not anyone else's business. And even in that fact, it's only your doctor and your business. It's not your friend who's trying to do, you know, trying to be helpful, and someone who says, oh, you should try this diet, or, you know, you look like you've gained some weight, like, maybe you should try this. Like, that's none of your business. Like, people shouldn't be saying those things. I hate when people say, I'm just trying to help. Whether it comes to acne, your body, your weight, whatever, you're not, though. Like, these people might think they have good intentions, but if it was spun around on them, they get defensive. And I do the same thing when someone comments on one of my videos, something like that. I get defensive, and I don't like seeing that, and no one really would. Even if they say, oh, you know, you should try this for your acne, like, even the fact that you're pointing it out, like, why are you doing that? If someone wanted your advice and wanted your opinion and wanted your advice on acne or their body or losing weight or dieting, they would ask you. That's kind of my whole point. It's like, unless someone asks you for their advice, unless someone posts a picture of themselves on Instagram saying, any advice for losing weight before summer or something, like, don't give it to them. No one's asking. When someone's posting a picture of themselves in a bathing suit, and if you think they look overweight or underweight, what gives you the right to comment? They didn't ask you for, you know, your opinion. And if you have it and you want to say they look gorgeous, great. If you want to say, wow, cute bathing suit, great. But if you're going to say, wow, you should lose some weight, or it looks like you gained weight since last year, or, oh, you're so skinny, eat something, like, why? Just to be cruel? To make yourself feel better? Like, I don't understand that. I think the main point of what I wanted to say in this video is just that you never know what someone's going through. You might comment and thinking you're being harmless, or you're just making yourself feel better, or you're being funny, but you're not. And it's kind of sickening, to be honest. You don't know what that person's going through. You don't know if that person just recently hit a point where they're finally confident with their self-image, and now you've said something like that. And yes, it's you know, don't care what other people think, sure, but when you get those comments straight directly to you, it's hard to ignore it. And they shouldn't have to ignore me, anyone else, anyone on social media or YouTube or in just for everyday life should not have to put up with ignoring someone's comments. Instead, the people making the comments should just stop, because it's none of their business. Just because someone who you find to be overweight wears a two-piece and you think, oh, they shouldn't do that, then don't look at them. That's your problem. It's not their problem, so don't make it their problem. I just was getting very upset about this earlier this week, and I wanted to sit down and make a video about it, so I hope that you got something out of it. I don't know, send this over to someone you know who always is commenting on someone's body. I don't know what you want to do. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you soon.